Hi, Sagittarius. I'm having to talk a little bit quietly because my daughter and I are on opposite schedules now. Because I'm working nights and she's still, up during the day and I'm up all night. So if need be, just turn your volume up. I think it'll be okay. And if it's not, please let me know. And I'll just have to record it. But, and also I wanted to say, last time I did Sagittarius, it wasn't recording. So then I re-recorded it, but I forgot to tell you the story about the cards. So let me just tell you this real quick. This is a Rider-Waite deck. It's 44 years old. You see it's not laminated, so I have to shuffle them, this way and not that way. But anyway, it doesn't make any difference. So, and I always make sure I put all the cards back upright, and if it comes upside down, then there's a real meaning to that then. You didn't have any reversals, so we're not going to worry about that right now. I'm just telling you for the future if you come back. And hopefully you will come back. I hope so. So the reason I bought this deck was, okay, I was married and I was together with the father of my daughter for 2 years. But then we separated, and he ended up, as soon as I got in another relationship, which I didn't just jump out of a marriage into another relationship. I had a way to get myself back and get back to myself, and then I went forward with a new relationship. Well, as soon as I did that and the relationship got serious and I was thinking about marrying this guy, my ex-husband came and kidnapped our daughter. This was the first parental kidnapping in Kansas City ever recorded. I don't know what's been since then, but anyway, it's only this much better than if you know that your child got kidnapped by a stranger. While I was going through that, I think it was 10.5 months, I was thinking, well, at least she's with her dad. And I know he likes to eat, so at least, he'll feed her and this and that. But anyway, when I got her back, she was skinny as a rail in the same clothes that he took her in. And she was dirty, and it was just bad. But anyway, I got her back. Everything is fine. This happened probably almost 40 years ago. And I've even talked to him since then and bought him a case of beer. So we're good, but we don't talk anymore or anything, But we made amends, and we forgave each other for, we were just really too young to be married. But anyway, that's why I bought the cards, and out of desperation. So I worked with Lost Child Network. I put out flyers. I drove by every place I thought he would be that I could find my daughter. Out of desperation, I bought these cards. And the very first time I laid the cards out, it didn't make any sense to me, because I was going by the card, the little booklet that comes with. I was going by that, and it didn't make any sense. So the next night I tried it again, and I forgot the book. I laid it aside, and I thought, I'm just gonna go on my own intuition and see what it tells me. And I found her immediately. So these cards work. I mean, probably all the cards work, but I know these have magic. So so when I did the card reading, it was like 3 in the morning, and it was just shortly after that, probably within an hour, I drove down where the card said, oh, she's back on this country road and blah, blah, blah. I didn't even know there was an area back there. But I drove back there. It was daylight. I drove back there, and I found her. Like, so it's crazy, right? So anyway, the cards work, and everything is fine now. So don't worry about me. No worries about me. So, and then the other thing I want to say is Mary Del George and also Melissa Martic commented. And I would normally start with Leo again and then go through the sequence. But I feel like these two ladies, especially Mary Dell, I think she's really going through a hard time. And she's like desperate for, well, you're probably watching me right now, Mary. You're probably desperate for a little bit of guidance, just a little bit of hope. And trust me, I know how that feels. I've been there, done that. And not just back when my daughter was kidnapped, but I've been there and done that many times in my life in the last, 40 years since then. So anyway, so I'm starting with Sagittarius, and that's why. And I will get around to Leo eventually. I'm gonna try to do all these cards while I'm off work. I don't know if I can get them done. And I don't have time during the week because I'm really stressed. I just started a new job, and I've got just bombarded with information, rules and regulations that I gotta memorize. And I've already taken a whole bunch of tests. I passed those okay, but I have a big test coming up. If I don't pass this big test, then I have to keep training and I have to take the test again. And I hate taking tests. So I'm really wanting to put all my effort into, or most of my effort into studying on my time off. So anyway, I'm just going to do this reading, then I'll study a little bit, and then I'll come back and do another reading. I'll upload them as fast as I can. But I have to take the time. It takes time to get the feelings. So I lay out the cards. I look at the cards individually. I get an overall feeling, and then I will feel, it's like someone's putting a cloak on me, and I will feel exactly what you're feeling. So then I got a clear, I'll take a bell and a tuning fork, or I'll sage. I do different things to clear out the energies between the readings because I get so involved. And it's as if it's happening to me. So anyway, so what I'd like to say is, well, we'll just go forward with this. I kind of quickly went through and wrote some notes. I always, lay out the cards. I get the feeling because I need time to get into this feeling and to see what's on the cards, and then I'll go forward and start the video. But I'm gonna do it half and half. So I did it half on paper, and we'll do it half just in real time, okay? So I also did this keeping Mary Dell in my mind. So this is the first time of me doing this. I also kept Melissa in my mind and the general public. So I'll be throwing out a couple of different scenarios of what's happening, but I'll tell you what I think is happening for each of you. I'll try, okay? So here we go. So the first card is, and it's just a 3-card spread again because I just don't have time to do a full-on spread yet. But eventually, hopefully, I'll have time to do this individually for everyone. So the first card I got, the Page of Cups. This is your past. So look at the details yourself and see if there's anything that you can see that I'm not seeing. And what I got too, and I didn't write this down, but before I forget it, do you see he's got, it's not like really a crown, but it's almost the beginning of a crown. But he has a place for a jewel up here, but there's no jewel there yet. But this is the past card. I see it as, you know, you were doing pretty well before this person came into your life. It could be an idea, a job, it could be any of those things, but I think especially for Mary and Melissa, that this is a person that we're talking about. The general public, I think it could just be about anything. It could be an addiction, it could be anything. But it's this thing in the cup. But I see it as you are doing well in the past without this person. You didn't even need this person, but you decided to let this person in. See, because you're standing on solid ground. You have the cup. You scooped that fish out of the ocean. Out of all the other fishes in the sea, you scooped this one out. But I don't see it as being all that, you know, good or profitable, or I just don't think this person is good for you. And I feel like with the red, there's been some anger. And with the water and the blue, I feel like there's been a lot of tears. But also, through all that, you've had a lot of growth. Because see the flowers? So it could be that you had the growth before you got the fish. And then there was anger and tears, and now this is where you are in the past. Don't forget. Or it could mean that you had anger and tears and everything. You're now on steady ground, but you're growing through the tears. So you're growing through this experience with this person. So does that make sense? That's kind of a double whammy for both of you. And just take it as it resonates, and let me know which is which in the comments if you want to. So let me just take a second and see if I feel anything else. I mean, I would just say it's just that you're dressed well. So I feel like that you were doing or are doing in the past financially okay. I don't know if that really makes sense. It makes sense to me because it's either you had the money and stability and everything before the person, or that through this relationship growth, that you are growing and coming into more of yourself. But this is the past. So the present, oh, let me read my notes. Oh, I just put, you could easily throw this fish back in the sea. You could easily get another fish. The ocean is full of fish. So, but you're contemplating it. That look on your face, and you're holding the cup out, and you're like, I'm just not really sure. But this is the past card. And there could have been some good times. There could have been a lot of good times, but I feel like there was a lot of bad times too, or you know, rough things, so that you had to deal with. So the present, I got the Death card. This has a lot of detail, so try to look yourself too. I'll just read what I got first, and then we'll talk about it. So I got the universe is coming in between you to separate you. So this is the Death card. The end means the endings or new beginnings. So this is the ending. I see it as you being with this person. This person thought they ran the show. They thought they were in full control of you because of the crown. They thought they were the master. But you can see that they're laying there dead and the crown is off. And with this, I see it as this being you. There could be a child involved. And I see this as being your higher self. And you see right back here, you don't see his cloak back here. It's coming straight from this person. And your higher self is thanking the universe, thank you that this is over. This is the present moment. And you can see in your past it was sunshine and good. So I see that as like, see, you're dressed good over here. You're dressed well. You have the headpiece on. You're about to get your crown and everything until this asshole came in. Pardon my French. No, Momo. Oh, I'm sorry. My cat's... No. She's trying to get in my daughter's room. She's a naughty girl. Okay. So, I see this as being your higher self and thanking the universe that this is ending. And you were doing good before, but then look at all the tears, all that water, a waterfall, like Niagara Falls, you know, like a lot of tears I feel like have transpired. And then the river, just going into the river, I mean, just on and on and on with the tears and sadness and depression. Okay, let me check my notes. And I feel like he's carrying this flag, like this is victory. This is for sure done. Whatever is in, or whoever is in your life. Okay. Yeah, I think this, I wrote this person, they could have run ramshot over you. Oh, but also with this, which I think is you, look at the look on her face. I don't think you're ready to really face the present moment without this person. And even though it can be a bad situation, there's something about being comfortable. And if you're used to bad relationships, or you're just used to this bad relationship, maybe the sex or whatever was good, whatever, there was some goodness in the relationship, but it wasn't worth it. If it was financial, it wasn't worth it. Okay, keep looking. So yeah, I just don't think you're really ready to face life without this person, even though they weren't good for you. But I feel like you're going to be so much better off, but I don't think you know it yet. You're not really fully accepting of it yet. So let me see if there's anything else I can get. There's a little ship down here in the river. And what just came to my mind was that ship has sailed. Yeah, that ship has sailed. And also I feel like this person on the ground here, he's crying about it now. He's not really dead, you know. He's just, you know, you broke up or whatever, or you're thinking about breaking up, and now he's crying about it. But it's kind of like spilt milk, you know. He should have thought about his actions before losing you or betraying you. But I think it's going to be okay. He's going to be okay. You're going to be okay. No one's actually dying here. It's just the death of a relationship. But yeah, I feel like that ship has sailed. That came in loud and clear. Okay, so for your future, I got the Ace of Cups. Now, I wrote down, there's a lot more tears. But you see, this is the universe or God holding this cup out. And just, I would just suggest let those tears flow so you can cleanse yourself and be more prepared for the future. If you got to cry for 3 days straight, cry for 3 days straight. Just do it. Allow yourself. Call into work. Whatever you got to do. Take the time to heal yourself, because there's nothing more important than that. But also I see that these tears are creating growth. You see all these lily pads? So through the tears, and I got that before, through the tears, you are going to grow. So I think I got that from this card. So through what tears may have been, you are still growing, because there's growth on your dress there, or tunic, or whatever. So I got the same exact feeling. And I was already past that card, not even thinking about that card anymore. But this reminded me again, so I know it's important to tell you this, that you're going to have a lot of growth, just cleansing yourself. Just cleanse yourself. And also, there's a W, so that could be William, Bill, it could be waiting. And I got this too distinctly, so it could be for you two ladies. One is going to be in waiting for the tears to get over. The other one might have a William or a Bill or something with a W. Maybe something I'm not thinking of, because that was the first thought, of course, but that's like what you would naturally think of first, so it wasn't like a real intuitive hit, you know what I mean? But also, you got the peace, the dove of peace. So after you've cried all these tears and cleansed yourself, here, peace is coming in to fill your cup. I mean, how great is that? You are gonna feel peaceful in the future. You might be really sad right now, but that's how life is. It's, you know, it's just ups and downs, ups and downs. Right now you might be in a little down spot, but you're on your way up. So just hang on by your fingernails if you have to, and wait. Take the time to cleanse yourself. Take the time. Don't jump right back into another relationship is what I would suggest. And don't jump back into this relationship either. You're allowed to have time. Even if you did, and many times we do go back to the person that is not that great for us. But even if you do go back, take that time, because you will only gain their respect, and they will only want you more if you're denying them, right? Because we always want something we can't have. And then you will get a little more respect. But honestly, I just don't think this is the relationship for you. You might be messing around with it for a while longer, maybe even a couple of years longer, but hopefully not, because as long as Mr. Wrong is in your life, Mr. Right can't come in. So it's better to be single for that 2 years, if that's the case, and wait, work on yourself, and then when Mr. Right approaches, you'll be ready, and your heart won't be so hardened. You won't be so judgmental. You'll be less likely to make the new guy pay for the old guy's mistakes. I think this is just human nature. I think we've all done this in some degree or another. But anyway, you deserve better. You deserve better. And you should hold out for better. On the bottom of the deck, I got the Ace of Cups. Or no, the King of Pentacles. Sorry, I was looking in the wrong place. I need to turn the page. Here, let me turn the page. I just looked down and started reading. Okay, the bottom of the deck is the King of Pentacles. Now you see you're sitting there, and I wrote bullet points here. Separation and time out, because the castle's back there. This guy might still be in your household, living with you, but you've separated yourself, if only mentally, and possibly physically, where you maybe gone to your mother's house, or you've gone outside in the garden, or went to a park and sat down, or whatever it might be. But you see that this person, I think is you, has 3 crowns in their or 3 jewels in their crown now. So you went from no jewel to 3 jewels. So that is fantastic, right? And okay, keep looking, because there's so much detail. I see that you're holding on to that pinnacle, which could be your money, or a new idea, or a way to move away, get your own place, a new idea of kind of like kicking him out of the house or whatever. But I definitely get that feeling of separation. And I feel like that person might have been of Taurus, because there's 4 bull's heads. It also could mean that you're stubborn. You're being in a stubborn mindset now, which is good. And I got those 2 distinct feelings too. So it might be for you ladies, or it could be for someone in the general public that might be watching sometime. But they're holding this like they're like serious. They got their hand. They're not going to let this go. They are serious about making this new decision. And they've got, the cloak has all these grapes on it. So much growth has come out of this past relationship. And also I see that you still have your armor on. So you still have your heart guarded, or your walls up, right? And if need be, you will fight again, right? because you're ready. All you got to do is tear off that cloak and pull out your sword, and the fight is on, right? But you don't want to fight anymore. You're tired. You want peace. So you need to let peace come into your life, whether it's with or without this person. That's how I see it. Oh, and the very fact that you are wearing the crown now means that you're the one who's back in control. You see him laying here on the ground without the crown. He lost that crown because of whatever he's done. He lost it. He lost your love, your affection, your trust, your everything, and he lost the crown, and now you have it. You have your power back. So you are in control of the situation. This is I kind of take this as kind of an overall, but I also take it as a future card too, and it's feeling to me like more future. So it's kind of like you had two future, but it's kind of all, two future cards, but it's kind of all wrapped up in one too. Putting all three cards together, you would get this, I think. But you're growing like crazy because of those grapes. You're growing like crazy because of the cleansing you're doing, and the new mindset you're getting, and the new ideas you're getting, and the hope that you're having now that things can be better. And things can be better, and they will be better. Just hang on. Yeah, I just got that you want peace. And maybe this other, maybe this person in your life, well, let's take this card. Maybe he wants peace too, but maybe he doesn't know how. A lot of times we are like, our childhood, we're brought up by our parents who are broken. Our parents are broken, and they're trying to raise children to be better, but they're raising broken children too. And I would say most of us are broken, and most parents don't know what they're really doing 100%. Yeah, we can try, and that's all we can do is try our best. But I would just keep that in mind of what past things he's gone through and what past things you've gone through. But also I just saw or noticed how sunny this is up here. And I think on your reading last month, you had, there was some sunshine or something bright. And I remember you can have this if you get over this old relationship. The sunshine will shine again, and things will be better again. Okay. I don't know if you see anything else. I mean, I notice this back here is more, I just kind of see it as more tears, but less tears. Because I think you will be getting over the teary part, So anyway, I think that's it, guys. Just take one last look. And there's some flowers down in the corner. So that's good, and that's even more growth. I would just hold your own. Just do like what this person's face is saying. Like, I'm not putting up with no more bullshit. I'm holding my own. And it's kind of like my way or the highway, not totally, you know what I mean? But you need to take back control of your own life. Don't let somebody else run your life. It's your life too. And they don't have the authority to boss you around, tell you what to do, tell you how things are going to be, because it's your life too. And in a healthy relationship, it should be equal. You know, it should be give and take, and or you're always balancing out the scales again. You know, yeah, just don't let anyone take advantage, and stand your ground. Okay, I hope that helps you. Until I can do a personal reading, I'm hoping just to hold you off with these 3 card readings until I'm past this test, and then I will let you know as soon as I'm able to do that. Okay? All right, guys, you have a good day and a good month, and let me know in the comments how things are working out. You don't have to put detail if you don't want, but just say whether it's getting better or not, or whatever. You know, I would appreciate it, and a thumbs up would be great. Okay, thanks. See you on the next one.